Hey y'all. Wow, we are back. It's actually the dynamic duo. It was supposed to be three of us, but Andrew might be working. He didn't tell us, but Kevin and I are actually back on a podcast together for the first time in
Two
if
months.
it feels like forever because life has been lifing, as Kevin loves to say, and
That should be a t-shirt.
I think it should be. I think we should trademark that ASAP. Get some money in our pockets if people start using that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's just been busy, and you know, Kevin's working a couple jobs again. Thought he was going to be a
Mm-hmm.
single job person for the rest of his life, but man, went back to a couple. Uh, I've
Yes.
I've got a new job, and I've got a 14-month-old that loves to terrorize my house.
I love it. Oh yeah, so I listened to your podcast with Cyrus. So much to unfold there.
I know. That one
Uh
was legit. I was like, Cyrus, I have nothing written. We're just going to go off.
yes. So
And I think it was okay.
no, yeah, it's fine. I just have some like corrections that I
Oh,
had to like
I love
make
the
sure.
corrections. Love it.
So what I'm doing that you and hopefully Andrew comes to in May, it is called High Rocks.
Yes, I
It's
couldn't remember
taking
what it was.
Yes, taking place in New York City, May 31st. I am going to be participating with one of my friends, Michelle, in the mixed doubles division. So the mixed doubles division takes place on Friday, Saturday. We have the Saturday slot, and I'm hoping that we survive. Hopefully Merritt will be able to take some videos for me so he can send it to me
No,
because go
we
ahead.
we will Andrew and I are 100% going to be there. The only thing we're trying to figure out is lodging. So we
Hmm.
will he and I have already said, yes, we are coming. We're going to be there. That
Hmm.
is 100% happening. It's just, are we going to be able to stay with my cousin in
Hmm.
Manhattan who
Okay.
lives in the same building as Brickley?
Okay.
And it's not far from where we're going to be for you.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, maybe we can just walk it instead of figuring something else out. Or do we have to spend a couple $100 on a hotel room that we're going to spend a night in? So,
Well, I was also worst case scenario, and we can talk about it more off air. Worst case scenario, I'm currently in the guest room right now of my house. So worst case scenario, I just have to do some spring cleaning, and you guys could just stay in the guest room, and one person can stay somewhere. We can make it work. But if y'all are definitely gonna come,
yeah, we're
I will make some. I'll let the parentals know you'll be fed very very well, and then we can just make the trip from there. And then we can talk about it. It's only January 31st. We have another like 5 months, so
yeah,
we have plenty of time.
and the train tickets are like I think round trip from Penn Station to South to Penn Station or South Station to Penn Station and vice versa. It's only like I think 22 bucks or something.
Oh, that's
So it's
nice.
not crazy. Why are these prices like crazy high? Some of them are now at like 50.
That's
Oh,
nice.
there's a 27. There's a 50. Well, I don't, that's weird.
I didn't
Uh,
think train prices would change like that. They're not like an airplane.
neither did I. Now they're at like 50. There's 45. Whatever. Andrew can pay 45 bucks.
Yeah.
He'll learn that when I'm talking to him on this. We're talking about that on
Yes.
this. So
Hopefully. And then I there had some other corrections like the WNBA trade. I forgot. I think you remember you had Jewel Lloyd go to the Aces.
yeah.
You have Kelsey Plum go to the Sparks. There is also a center that from the Sparks that went to the Storm in that trade.
Oh, right.
And then the pick swaps was the main thing that you needed to make sure that we needed to talk about because the Storm now have the second pick.
Yes, and
The Sparks have like the eighth or ninth pick.
they have the ninth and the. I think they got the ninth and the 11th pick in that trade. I think they got
Yeah.
two picks,
Yeah, they
and
got
they
two
were
picks.
pretty damn close to each other. That's what I can remember.
Yes.
That's yeah. I, everyone's getting better, which is phenomenal, which I love to see.
Well, I know we're sorry I know we'll talk about WNBA free agency in a bit, but did you hear about all the bids that people are making for having a WNBA team?
Oh my God. Yeah, we will talk about that because it has gone from, a couple of places that, we have San Francisco coming up this year, Golden State
Yep,
technically. We have Toronto next year,
yep.
but now there's bids for places I would never. I think we actually talked about one place as a NBA franchise,
Mm-hmm.
but never even thought of it as a WNBA. So
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Um, we also, I think we need to discuss the potential rumor of what's going on with the Boston Celtics with them being sold.
Oh yeah.
There's plenty we can talk about. We haven't been on the pod for a while, but again,
Yeah.
we're old as hell, so we'll probably be done in like an hour and go to bed, per
Probably.
usual.
But
But
yeah, back to the WNBA. So what today
yeah,
you
let's talk about
had
this.
the 76ers and the Pistons both submitted bids to have a WNBA expansion team. So the Pistons, for those that don't know, they have an ownership group that features uh former Detroit Piston Grant Hill, former NBA player Chris Webber. Also on that board is
He's on
current
that board?
yeah, Chris Webber is a part of that team,
Interesting.
along who recently joined uh not former, current Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff also got in the bid to bring back uh the WNBA to Detroit.
Now, no
They
offense
were
to those two great NBA players
mhm,
and Hall of Famers. Jared Goff bringing in real money.
no,
He bring in
wild.
football money. He bring in
Yeah.
football money.
And that's a big deal for somebody to help bring a WNBA franchise to their city. I mean, the WNBA has is it's not unfamiliar to having Detroit there. They were originally the Detroit Shock in when they first came in 1998, and then they were there till 2009, and then they moved to Tulsa, and then they're now in Dallas as the Wings. So, and they have three titles. So I'm curious what would happen there. And then also Philadelphia. The Philadelphia owner put in a WNBA team in the city of Philadelphia, which be interesting.
And
Um,
then the other one, the big one that I saw,
oh yeah. Which I'm gonna get to because
yeah.
it's on this list here. You have the Cavs
Oh, the
put
Cavs put a
in
bid in?
the Cavs put in a bid in. So actually, the Cavs, they're part of the Nashville group in which if I remember you sending me that includes
Yes.
Candace Parker, Peyton Manning, to be called the Summits in Nashville,
The Tennessee Summits.
Tennessee Summits. Then you also have an Austin group that includes Kevin Durant, a Kansas City group that includes Patrick Mahomes, in which that's a big deal. Patrick Mahomes did the Kansas City women's soccer team, so he's of course he would get into this one. You have a St. Louis group that includes Boston Celtic Jason Tatum, and then a Houston group that's trying to get the WNBA back to Houston.
So you could go from what they have 16 teams right now, or 15.
So 15 because you got to don't forget about that one that's in Portland. That's there. They just don't have a name yet.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, so we have to get. They're not in until next year too, correct?
Yeah, they
Or
just don't have the name yet.
2026.
They're going to be
Okay.
with Toronto when they come in.
Yeah. So they'll be at that point up to 16, I
No,
believe.
they would be
That
15.
that'll be 15 then. So
Yeah,
you could
Toronto will be
potentially go
15.
from 15 to 20 in a couple of years.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And then you keep if you could what you should do and what you could aim to do is almost be like every WNBA team is in a similar area as an NBA team.
And you kind of have that. It's pretty close with the exception of what maybe Kansas City and then St. Louis. There's no NBA teams there.
Yeah, and the Boston one to Connecticut, it's a decent drive to Hartford where
But
the Sun
also
play, but
those places they still have women's basketball roots. Connecticut,
oh
you have
yeah,
UConn, Tennessee is, Tennessee.
Do
When
you
you think
that?
about Kansas City, that kind of belt has built a lot of great WNBA players and that
Mhm.
in Missouri, and Houston. I mean, no, we can't forget about the first four titles when the WNBA opened were the Houston Comets. So it'd be really interesting to see how it's going to play out. I like how they're not trying to bring them all in at once. They're slowly trying to trickle them in. Um, because I think when I was listening to another podcast, the key in these expansion teams getting better is the development of these players.
Yeah,
So you can't just be throwing all these random teams together and then like four out of the five of them are just absolute trash. That you want to make sure we got quality. You want quality over quantity. So
correct. I
you
agree.
know, continue to build. I'm excited to see where this goes. Women's basketball for the last couple of years is hot right now. And I'm hoping they can continue to ride this wave and can continue to be on the rise because, women's basketball, the play has been good. It has always been good. And we're finally glad that they're getting the recognition that they deserve. So, yeah,
Me too. This is going to be fun as things continue to change and expand over the next
agreed.
couple of years. So, um, we skipped part of our regular intro because we don't even know who you got on tonight, Kev.
Oh yeah. I'm currently wearing the old school throwback of Sacramento Kings, and it is of my man Domantas Sabonis.
Ooh,
Unfortunate All-Star snub. I did see him play this past Saturday at the Garden. When we watched my usual Knicks group with Michelle, our friend Andy, and her husband Joe. Shout out to them. We do our Knicks game every year on the bridge. And they play the Kings. Really high scoring game. I forgot that the Kings. Well, two things. One, totally had no idea that Doug Christie is their head coach.
you didn't remember that they fired Mike Brown like 2 weeks into the season?
No, I knew that, but I did not know that Doug Christie was the interim replacement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then so like I watched them play a little earlier in the week. They played against the Warriors and he runs like this Mike D'Antoni offense where they literally just take the ball and go for straight to the bucket and like just try to score as many points as possible. I think the final score of our game was like 143 to 127. And I'm like, wow, I don't think I've ever been to such a high scoring game. But Domantas Sabonis had double doubles, another double double. He leads the league in double doubles right now, and he was an unfortunate All Star snub, which sucks. But you get it. People are gonna get left off. So I figured today, first podcast back. It's not freezing cold. I'll break out the basketball jersey. And fun fact, I'm going to try and start a challenge, possibly next time I go to work to see, because at work I'm allowed to wear jerseys. I'm going to see if I can do a jersey for every different day of the month. Your shocking face is like, wow, that is the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard of you ever say that's stupid.
No, that is the most epic idea I've ever heard because I want to see this. I think this is a fantastic challenge that you could, honestly, knowing the size of your jersey collection, you could destroy.
I want to see how far I can go.
I'm pretty damn sure you could go at least a month or more. Specifically for Nike, I think you could.
I think so too. It's just this, so like tank tops, I need like
A shirt underneath.
I need shirt underneath, so like I have to find like a bunch more base layers or just a bunch of black. So I'll gonna be rotating just all these jerseys. But I
You'll
wanted
be
to
doing
show
a
this one
lot of
off.
laundry.
Oh man, it's gonna be a good time. But I'm gonna try it. I will let you know how it goes. Everyone just follow on the story to see what's gonna happen, and we'll take it from there.
So
I know.
excited.
I'm excited for you to be excited. But
Well,
yeah, can we talk about your awesome Spider-Man shirt other
uh,
than like my jersey? Because your Spider-Man shirt is awesome.
so it's a civil regime. It's a workout clothing company. Um, and they do these exclusive drops. So like, I think one of them lately was One Piece. So I don't know if you guys know that show. It's an animated Japanese show where the kid is super flexible. It's all about pirates. It's a cool show. But this, they dropped a Marvel one, which was Deadpool, X-Men, all these great guys. I was like, cool. I get Deadpool, but I'm not a huge fan. I like it, but they dropped Spider-Man. I had to get it. And all of a sudden, the next week,
No, it's fire.
they dropped Spider-Man. And so I was like, I have to get this shirt. So
It's epic. It's so big.
it is a 2XL, so it's super comfortable and everything.
Nice.
I got the back of it too has a rose and everything
Oh,
on
I
it.
love that.
Yeah,
Be careful of your wire.
yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to turn gently. Um, but yeah, it's honestly, I love. I went to the gym this morning and was not feeling lifting, so I just walked on the treadmill and I was like, well, I didn't really do much sweating, so I'll just wear this today for
There
the
you
day.
go.
So, but next week I plan on wearing either the jersey you got me for Christmas or my
Love it.
newest jersey to my collection that you don't even know what it is.
Oh my God, I'm really excited. I have to unleash a couple of the jerseys that I bought myself for Christmas.
Oh boy.
They coincidentally also start with the number 11 for their player number. So, stay tuned. We might be on a streak of number 11s for the next
Are,
couple
are
podcasts.
they NBA jerseys? Are they
They,
baseball?
they are they are indeed NBA jerseys. Also, just remember that Kevin is the king of obscure. So you just got to think about players that I like and see if I have them. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited to wear those, and I'm excited that I have them. Period. They got them for a hell of a deal.
I am so gonna try to figure out what NBA player has worn number 11. The only other player I can think of besides Kyrie Irving is
Well, they're not current
runs.
players. They're
Oh, they're not
throwback
current.
players.
Throwback. Oh,
Yes. Oh yeah, I know.
I can't even think.
Well, I will say there is one more number 11 that I'm trying to get, and I'll just spoil it here because it is also this person's father.
Oh,
I'm in actually an eBay
bidding war.
making an offer back and forth with the gentleman. Um, but stay tuned on that one. I hope I can get that one, but that's also on the agenda.
Oh my God, there's a huge list of players that have worn number 11, and this I don't know if it's. Oh, I think I know who one of them is.
Go ahead. Type it in
Walt.
the chat. Type
Oh,
it in the
all
chat.
right, all right.
Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. So I won't, because so like if the people are watching, they won't like know. So Clyde is number 10. I do have a Walt Clyde Frazier in my collection.
You said this is number 11.
He wore number 11, I think, for the Cavs, not the Knicks.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I love how you're going through the whole list of all the NBA players that wore number 11.
It's
There's a
such
lot.
an. There's only
I don't know
there's
if you
only
would know.
65. There's only
Really?
65. Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
wow.
as much as you think. I was like, oh, um,
That's a good one, but no.
oh.
That is a good one. That is a very good one.
The only other one I want to guess right now is because I want to keep us moving forward. Is
Go ahead. Ooh. So I will say it is very close because the jersey will be literally you would think it's TJ Ford, but it's before him.
Buff.
So you are on the right track. It is literally going to look like a TJ Ford jersey, but it's not him. It is someone else that wore it before him.
And it's an NBA jersey, right? Or is it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
God damn.
You'll just have to wait till next week.
I guess so. I'm so intrigued. I honestly am excited to see this.
If yeah, because I think I don't see because if I give any more hints, you're gonna figure it out. And then I just love the shock factor.
Yeah, no, keep the shock factor.
Cool. We'll keep the shock factor going.
That is fantastic. That's a great idea. Um, well, awesome. So we already talked a little bit about WNBA. We will go back to it because
Yes.
there's a lot of free agency, a lot of trades going on, and the season is feels like it's right around the corner. It starts up in a couple of months, right?
I mean, we're like, so it's kind of crazy to think about that. We're literally about to head into the month of February.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And yeah, tomorrow. And then WNBA will probably be here in 3 months because it's going to be right after March Madness.
Oh my God. Yeah, so middle of April.
Gosh. Yeah, because
Damn.
that will be where the WNBA draft is. And then May is going to be the season.
That's just ridiculous. I feel like time just keeps going and going, and it's okay. Um,
Hmm.
well, let's talk about this real quick. We had two big football games this past weekend,
Hmm.
AFC Championship game and NFC Championship game. Um, no surprise on who won the NFC Championship game, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I didn't think they would win in the fashion in which they did. Um,
Yeah. It's true. Very true. I didn't want that team to win because I just know that fan base is full of themselves and we'll never hear the end of it until we die if they win the Super Bowl. Um, but shout out, kudos to the Eagles for winning the NFC. Um, and then the AFC was a barn burner. Uh, so sorry for Andrew's Bills.
I was
Uh,
rooting for them.
me too. I thought that was a first down. I don't know about you.
So I won't lie, I fell asleep. I was so tired last Sunday.
It's okay. The
And
struggle is real.
so I fell asleep midway through the third quarter. Um, but I did see the highlights afterwards, and I literally was like, "That's a first down." And so everyone was. I saw all the tweets, all the Instagram posts, everyone bitching and complaining, and they're like, "Wow, in tennis we have the tech. They have the technology to tell if a ball is in or out. Then why don't we have that in football?" Well, they do. They actually have a sensor in the football, and if you go by the sensor, Josh Allen got the first down.
Oh, that's horrible to know about.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. You see where the ball is, and they have the players, and it's all computerized, and you see the ball, and it's over that line of the gain. But instead, we have somebody that probably needs cataract surgery, 35 yards away from the play, telling us that's first down. I get it's part of the game, but in a game like that where nobody wants this team to move forward, I would rather them make the right call. Um,
Yeah, if you got the technology to use it, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know that they had a sensor on the ball. If like you have the technology, why have the technology if you're not gonna use it?
because they just don't want to piss people off and because they think it's better the way they have it.
Ridiculous.
Roger Goodell for you.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolute disappointment.
Hate that man. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate that man. Um, but I'm not looking forward to the Super Bowl besides the Super Bowl ads.
No, I mean the Super Bowl ads haven't even been that good the last couple years, but like I'm like not looking forward to this game. I honestly hope Bane shows up and a meteor hits like the middle of the field halfway through the show before halftime, and then like you just have halftime and then call it a day.
Yeah, can we
But
just have the halftime show?
yeah, let's just have the halftime show and then call it a day.
It's
Uh,
Kendrick. It's Kendrick, right?
it is Kendrick with SZA.
I don't even know who that one is.
She's good. She's good.
I think I've probably heard her
We
music,
know her.
but
We know her songs. They play on the radio, but
okay.
it's just we just don't know the exact names of the songs.
Yeah, no, no, not anymore. Um, yeah, all right. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't care who wins. I'd love for the Eagles to. Honestly, if I had to root for a team, I'm gonna root for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a you just give it you just what do you root for the three-peat or do you root for, I mean, I could definitely root for Saquon.
Yeah,
Saquon.
I want
I'll root for
Saquon to win one.
Saquon to get a ring, and then all my poor Giant fans are just gonna suffer in agony and just watch that clip over from Hard Knocks of the
Oh,
GM saying, "Oh yeah, go ahead and test
yeah.
your test the market, blah blah blah."
You know
It's
how many people I've talked to about that, and they're like, I don't even know how he still has a job. I don't know.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Him and Dayball somehow rub the magic lamp, and you're on their third wish or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
That,
then
that
it's really funny because like I heard there was another thing that I saw on like one of the social medias, and it was another scene where the GM asked his son, "Hey, son, who do you think we should draft?" You know what the son said? Jaden Daniels. Now look where he is.
I know. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but we don't need a quarterback right now. You sure he's really, really good, Dad? Ah, no, 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 we don't need one.
no, not right now. We still got
Oh my,
Daniel. And
oh my
now look where Daniel is.
God.
Daniel
Well, he's
is
on a beach somewhere.
literally. And I'm like, wow, unbelievable.
I don't understand how they can even do that. Like, how can you sit there and be like, yeah, I'm not going to take the best player available? No, that makes no sense. What's wrong with you? Like, seriously. Um, but yeah, so the Super Bowl is coming up. By the time this episode comes out, Super Bowl might have happened. I don't know. Um, love you, Andrew.
I hope not. Andrew, we got to get these episodes out because how can I make content if our episodes are like 5 weeks outdated? I can't even like, I don't have the time to listen to them. I know he's so busy. It's a struggle,
I know, he
but I
really
love the
is.
guy. He's hustling right now.
When we were there for Christmas, I was giving him crap, and his mom goes, "Does he do this on the podcast too?" And Andrew's like, "Yeah, but I deserve it." I was like, "You don't deserve it. It's just something so funny because it's always the same thing every time."
Madness.
Lately, it's been it didn't load right. Like, how did it load right?
Isn't it the same way to load it? But then again, I can't even like
I don't
criticize
know.
that answer because I have no idea how the fuck it loads. So I'm just like, all
I
right,
don't. Hard telling, not knowing at this point.
I know. It's
I'll
all
let him
good.
do his own thing. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about 3v3 women's basketball down in Miami. Freaking
Unrivaled.
killing it
I
with
think there's a
the
game going on right now. I believe it's like the
uh
Roses versus the Phantom at the moment.
let me see.
Um,
Yeah, Roses versus Phantom. Phantom is up 49 to 44.
okay, all right, because I remember the last time they played, the freaking Phantom got their asses kicked.
Well, Angel Reese has only missed one shot. That's good for her. That's better than normal.
Love that.
She's two personal fouls, though. That's not good.
Oh, wow. So sorry to interrupt the Unrivaled, but they just released the full details of that Satu Sabli trade for the Mercury and the Wings and the Fever.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this. All right. So Phoenix gets Satu Sabli, Kalani Brown, and Sevgi Uzun. Dallas gets Ty Harris, Nalisa Smith from India, from Indy, not India. Hello. The rights to Micaiah Herbert Harrigan and the number 8 pick from Indiana. And Indiana gets Sophie Cunningham and the 19th pick. So there is a lot of people there that just went all over the place. That
Yep.
is crazy.
Wow.
So this is just 3 days removed of when they just added Alyssa Thomas to the roster, which they traded away like 3 players for her, and this year's 12th overall pick. Wow, interesting, very interesting.
See if it works out for them.
Yeah, lots of people moving all over the place, which is really cool. So we're gonna rock it out.
You know what? We'll talk about it in a minute. But so let's go back talk to Unrivaled. Have you
Yes.
watched any of the games? I haven't had the chance to, besides watching some of the highlights. Um, but it looks awesome.
No,
And
it's great.
like I've heard the rumor that they're looking to, if this goes well, that they would expand it so that it would kind of travel to city. So like
Hmm.
do what the big three does,
Yeah,
which would, if they were in Boston or New York,
I would definitely go.
I I'd hope they go to the Barclays because the Barclays I feel like is a better spot for that kind of game
Yeah,
than the Garden.
yeah,
Garden's
100%.
just too big. Um, so I think that'd be kind of cool if they did that because I'd go to Brooklyn for that.
No, 100%. I think I've watched a couple of the games. I love the action that go. It's fast paced, up and down. You know, it shows like it really shows the players like they really gotta have get their cardio in because if they can't keep up going up and down, you're just gonna get beat in the dust. And then the team of the hot hand that I've seen that normally wins. Like if you have a player that is on a roll and just making buckets, you got to keep going back to that player because if you like, because I remember the last game I watched, the Phantom were up by like 7, and then they almost lost the game at the end. If it weren't for I forgot it was I think it was the hell was her name? She's on Brittany Griner's team, the Phantom. But if it weren't for her to make the final buzzer,
Yep.
then like it would have been like they could have lost that game and they were ahead the entire game. So
And
it's exciting. Some good if you're looking for some good basketball, like it's not a bad thing to tune into.
I won't lie, some of these logos are so dope. I actually really love the Phantoms logo
Yeah,
the
they call
most.
themselves the Ghost Gang, which is like so cool.
Okay, they win. They're my favorite team.
Yeah, I like their like team name, their Ghost Gang, and then I'm a big fan of the laces, their like color scheme.
Yeah, those are good. The roses are interesting because it's like a green. If there's no rose color to it, it just
Yeah.
looks like you're the stem, which is fine. That's what you want
Hmm.
to be. Um, but yeah, so that's been awesome to see that growing. It's already gotten a bunch of celebrities, big endorsements, so it's definitely going to come back next year for the off season, which is great. This is something that they
Absolutely.
needed. Hopefully, they only have what they have. How many teams? Six teams. Six teams. So
6 teams, yep.
they could expand that to maybe eight next year and 10 the following year, because then
Hmm.
you can keep these women here in the United States than going overseas and playing somewhere else, because that's been the
Agreed.
biggest thing for us.
Hmm.
Um, but it'd be, like I said, it's a fun thing to do, fun thing to watch. So we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely think if it's an if it's an avenue to make a little bit more money and not have to go overseas and go through that life, I can definitely see more star players starting up in this league.
All right, now let's go talk about something, Kevin, you were doing. I don't know if
Okay.
you're still doing it anymore.
Okay.
Um, Card collecting.
Oh man, so I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to actually start slowly getting back into it.
I love that idea. I feel like I haven't heard much about it. So the reason I bring that up, and I think, and I hope everyone has heard this story about the 11-year-old out in California who hit on a one of one Paul Skenzi. I don't even know how.
Is that the pitcher from the Pirates?
That's the pitcher from the Pirates from
Also the guy that dates the hot girl from LSU.
Olivia, whatever, something,
Yeah, Livy
or
Dunn.
yeah, yep, that's him. Um, he seems to have no personality, which is hysterical. Because when he won like Rookie of the Year, he was like this. Yeah, cool. Like whatever. He like knew it was gonna happen, so he was just nonchalant about it. Um, so in that on the card, it was a debut patch card with his autograph, one of one. He pulls it. It goes. viral super fast. The Pirates reached out and gave this offer: 2 season tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years. Meet and greet with Paul. Hold on, I'm pulling it up on Twitter. I'm not ever going to call it what it is nowadays because that's just stupid.
Stupid
Two,
X.
yeah, two Paul jerseys, a private game with Livy Dunn in her suite, and much more. Like, also, it was a private game, like softball game at PNC Park with 30 of his friends, coached by some of the Pirate players before a game.
Wow.
Like, huge deal. Um, Instead, he said no. He said no to it. The card is going to hit the auction block in March. And from what Fanatics Collect said, the proceeds from the auction are going directly to the LA Fire Relief Funds.
Oh, wow.
So for an 11-year-old to say no to something that would be an amazing experience, even for us at 35, 34 years old,
Yeah.
for him to say no and do what he's doing with that money or what he's going to make off of that card, that's phenomenal. Congratulations to that kid. They interviewed Paul on one of the late night shows, and he's like, were you happy it was an 11-year-old? He goes, yeah, it's better than a 50-year-old. It was just like,
Yeah.
true, because the 50-year-old is just going to flip it for money. Like, this kid's doing something great with it. So, hats off to this kid. And, hopefully the Pirates still will do something for him because I think they should.
Yeah, they
But
definitely should. I hope they do.
yeah, I feel like they'll have to, just because of what he's doing
Like
for,
maybe the Pirates, whatever money he makes, the Pirates match it and donate it.
we know anyone in Pitts that works for the Pirates. Throw that idea at him.
That's a good point. I feel like I do if I look on my LinkedIn hard enough.
I feel like I did, but that's a person that shall not be named on this podcast.
Word
All
life.
right, let's go talk about WNBA free agency, which has been all a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
For literally opened up what a couple days ago, and it's been ridiculous ever since. Um, so as Kevin already mentioned, the big trade with Sabali. Um, so we don't need to talk about that. But uh, what is it? I don't even know how to say these last names. Some of this time. Um, but before that trade, we had Naneka Ogumike.
Agumake.
Ogumake, okay. Re-signed with the Seattle Storm, so she's staying there.
Yep.
Um, Natasha Howard will sign with the Fever as a free agent. So she's a three-time WNBA champ. So that's
Mm-hmm.
huge. Fifth overall pick in 2014. So she's got some experience, which is great for the
Yes.
Fever. Really, really good for them. Get a little bit more behind them. Uh, Breonna Jones is signing with a Dream. So she has spent a majority of her whole career with the Sun, and she's now down with the Dream.
And that's the same with Brittany Griner too. She signed with the
Yep.
Dream also.
Brittany Griner signed with them. Courtney Vandersloot is going back to Chi-Town.
I know. That's sad.
That is
That's
sad.
sad.
But I think it's because she signed a 1-year deal. I think she's wanting to go back to where she started her career to end it at where she started.
Yes, that's what a lot of people have been speculating. She got her ring with New York. She technically that's her second ring. She won her first one in Chicago with her fiance that played there. Um, I believe yes, because I think now you just made a really great point there. I don't know what other deals you're about to read, but you notice a lot of the deals that they're signing are 1-year deals. The 1-year deals is because the collective bargaining agreement ends at the end of the season and they're renegotiating. So, hopefully they're able to come to terms to an agreement. because I would hate for a lockout to happen where all this momentum is going on.
I know that would suck, but I don't think that'll happen
I don't think
at
that'll
this point.
happen either. I think they're just too committed right now.
Yeah. Then you have Kelsey Mitchell. She's going back to the Fever, which apparently was a shock to a lot of people. Um, so she's played all all of her NBA seasons or WNBA seasons rather with the Fever. She was the second overall pick in 2018. So another good individual to bring back to the fold there, to be
Hmm.
around Boston and Clark. Of course, we already mentioned Griner going to Atlanta for a 1 year deal. Natasha Cloud, Rebecca Allen, and the number 12 pick, went to the Sun for Alyssa Thomas.
Alyssa Thomas, that's a big deal. That's
Mm-hmm.
an all-star Olympian.
Taisha Harris is also headed there for part of the trade.
Mhm.
Um, so those are the biggest ones. And then, of course, we don't really need to talk about it because we already have, is the Kelsey Plum trade, sending
Yes.
her to the Sparks and getting in return, what are we on?
Got
Jewel
Jewel
Lloyd
Lloyd.
going
Yep.
to Vegas, which, yeah, I think you had mentioned it. It revamps Vegas.
Hmm.
You know, it's not that they were stagnant, but I think everyone understood how to play them at this point. Um, and then the Spark gets somebody that can open the court up for Brink and everyone else over there, which would be great.
Yeah, I look at it as Kelsey Plum. She's gonna open up the floor a lot more to take some pressure off of Cameron Brink and Ricky Jackson. Uh that are over there, the two-star rookies from last year. She reunites with Derek Embry, who used to play for the Aces. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. You look at Jewel Lloyd, who's gonna jump right in and just kind of just sort of fill Kelsey Plum's spot as that guard. She's got experience, brings a little switch of pace to the Aces, as we talked about. Aces been to the finals, what, three times,
Or yeah,
three times, and
they've
then
won
like
it. They've
they
won
won.
twice.
Yeah, so I mean, you've done everything with that group already. And then Seattle is honestly in just full rebuilding mode. So that's gonna be super interesting to see how that's gonna shake out. I'm excited to see what else the Golden State Valkyrie do for their team, and we'll see what goes with the draft and see who's gonna go where. I'm excited.
Well, we'll see. We got a little ways to go. We got some college basketball to talk about too before we get to the end of this thing.
Of course.
Let's talk first about women's basketball. Horrible loss last a couple nights ago against University of Arizona. Um, just kind of, from what I saw, not a good performance, bad shooting night. That's fine. They've only got a couple losses on the year.
Hmm.
They'll still be in the top 20. Not worried about them. Men's basketball, they've gone three straight losses.
It's
Yeah.
getting a little scary for men's basketball because I feel like people have already figured out it is Javon Small or nothing.
Yeah.
And hey, like even to that point, like I was listening to another podcast and they made a lot of great points that like, hey, also understand like it is extremely impressive for what we have done
Oh my God.
in the
Yes.
what we have done in this first year under the DeVries era. The we beat Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse for the first time. We beat
We
Iowa State.
we've
Who else
beaten
did we beat?
so we have beaten
Is it
for
four
rank
top 10 teams?
we've beaten Gonzaga. We've beaten Arizona when they were in the top 25. Um, we beat Kansas. We beat we beat Iowa State.
Who was
So
like number
we've
two, right?
yeah, so we've had great wins. We hit the hard part of our schedule. The loss to Arizona to coming in for the third game into the Big 12 play, that was rough. That wasn't one you want to lose at all. Um, but you expect to lose to Houston. They are just a powerhouse right now. Um, but the problem is, like you said, everyone it's small. All it is Javon Small. Um, And it sucks because DeVries' son's not out there, and he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the country. And we've been injured for the majority of the season. So,
Have we
it,
had an update on Tucker
I,
DeVries? They say indefinitely. Is he just done for the year? And is that it for him? Because I'm like, dang, it's just like I feel like by the time he even tries to come back, it's like almost no point. You might as well get a medical red shirt. But because I just definitely know that like he is
that's
severely missed to just take off some pressure off of Small and and I love the rest of our guys. I like the effort that they play with, but if Small's not scoring the ball, somebody else got to step up, and we don't have anybody else stepping up right now.
let's see. It does not sound like
It sounded like he's not coming back.
they said Kansas was pegged to be his return game. Eh, sure. Yeah, they don't know. Like I don't know. It's he can get a medical red shirt as long as he doesn't appear in more than 30% of the team's games. So
Oh,
he could technically get a red shirt for the season.
okay.
But
But is that something they want to do? Because I know like we have a bunch of like guys that kind of like are his same position that are coming in that are young.
I don't know. That's up to him. That's that is up to him on what he would want to do. Um, I don't know. They play tomorrow. They play against Cincinnati at Cincinnati. Please just freaking beat the crap out of them. Please. All I want is the next one, two, three, four, 5 games. Win. Wait, one, two, three, four, five, 6 games. Win 4 out of 6.
Yeah, I
Win
think we can.
4 out of 6. You play Cincinnati, TCU, Utah, BYU, Baylor, Cincinnati. Then you have to go play at Texas Tech, who's a top 25 team, and then TCU, BYU, Utah, UCF. You should, out of the last 11 games, win no less than 7 of those, even if Javon Small is going to be the only one scoring.
Yeah, I mean,
So
do they play tomorrow?
yeah, they play at 2 o'clock tomorrow or Sunday rather. Sorry,
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely we need a win on the board. We start ending off January a little tough. So
Went through a
yeah,
little bit of a stretch there, which kind of sucks. But
yeah.
let's talk quickly. Baseball is coming up. Are we going to be a baseball school again? Do we think with the new head coach or the new head coach and everything
Well, I would
in
hope
there?
so. And fun fact, they finally released baseball jerseys on Fanatics that are not like bootleg jerseys. Yeah, I know. Did you
I
not see those?
no.
Oh my God, I thought I sent it in the group chat.
Oh, I don't know if you did. It's all right. I'm going to Fanatics right now just because I'm freaking ridiculously stupid. Not like I need to buy anything.
I mean, you're gonna want to buy the baseball jersey. I already know it because I'm gonna buy it eventually whenever I can. Here,
Uh,
I'll let me copy the link and I'll put
oh,
it in the chat.
oh my God.
Oh my God is right. And I'm just gonna post it in the chat just because I can.
$135 though. That's a lot more money than I thought they would be.
Well, we need to get a disc. We wait for those discount codes.
Yeah, we wait for the discount codes and the other code. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That code is.
Oh no, nah, that's all right. That's only a free shipping code. That's cool. But oh wait, did they have the blue one? Oh my God, they have a blue one.
Yeah, they have a white one and a blue one. I like the blue
There,
one.
so that didn't. There was no blue one the last time I saw this, Merritt. So I am kind of hyped for the blue one.
You know what they need to do? They need to make the camo one. I want the camo one.
All right, well, we can't be greedy out here. I
I know.
maybe
I
we
know. We've
can't be
been
greedy. We've been. How long have we been talking about them finally releasing the
just
baseball
three
jerseys?
years, at least 3 years
God,
of
they
getting a.
waited for them to be good. That's why.
Well, that means that we need to pay attention over the summer because I might be buying that to wear to a football game.
I mean, oh, that's actually like a very good idea. It's a very good idea because then because it's still the colors.
It's still colors, and then I can have a t-shirt on underneath and be a little bit more comfortable than having a no offense to a football jersey that it's kind of heavy and
The
you
football
can't really
jersey is heavy when we go to town. At least
yeah
when we've been going.
yeah it's freaking 95 100 degrees so that
Yeah.
doesn't help
Mhm.
but let's talk football real quick because they did some real good work in that transfer portal and they're still getting guys coming in.
I know. Very impressed with who they've gotten so far. Um, and it's funny because like I know like everyone has been like kind of touting about like, oh, they're still getting the same type of guys that Neil Brown was getting. Yes, it's true. But at the same time, this is a big deal for us. The fact that some of the names, yes, we were getting some that are like, they're still coming like performing really, really well at like a mid major. But at the end of the day, that's what the transfer portal is. It's those guys that are really super outperforming
Yep.
at those programs, or they're players from like really strong Division 1 schools that want more playing time, and so that's why they go down to a different school. And those guys, even those guys, we got a lot of quality guys there. If you talk about the tackle from LSU, second stringer who played like offensive line and defensive line.
Hmm.
We talk about the guy Walter Youngbear who was on offensive line. You heard about the guy that's from Princeton, the offensive lineman from Princeton
Yeah.
that committed.
And then you have the two quarterbacks, which I didn't think we were going to go get. Really, I thought we'd maybe grab one, but we grabbed the kid from A&M. That was
Yep,
huge.
very big.
I don't remember where the other kid was from.
The other guy is a former All American from Florida, but he recently was at the University of Charlotte, UNC Charlotte.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people have been projecting that he's just kind of going to be like a backup guy, just filling like quarterback space. And then the real competition to Nico would be Mr. Jalen Anderson, that is the quarterback from Texas A&M.
Yeah, and then you have the kid that was already on the roster, the that was projected to be the backup this year.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
he's going to be fighting for it too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have plenty of guys that are going to be pushing forward to get a lot of playing time. Um, but I am excited. It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be hopefully better than what it was.
It has to be.
Um,
There's no choice. It has to be. If it's not, then it's going to be a very big problem. It has to
but
be better than the last 2 years. Even if their record doesn't show it, I feel like it still has to be better than what we've gone through the last 5, 6 years.
it's true. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm excited. I won't
They,
lie.
they released the date of the spring game. It's going to be April 5th.
Ooh, I didn't see that.
Yes, they released it online. April 5th will be the spring game. So that'll be the first time you'll be able to see the football team in action uh pre before the summer. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to see just what the offense will look like. It may not be anything special. I think from what I've heard from reports is that it's going to be more like a showcase than as like a kind of like a football
Competitive
game that
game.
like
Yeah.
yeah, more like a showcase, which is honestly that's fine. They don't need to really do anything fancy. I think those spring games just need to get people excited,
Yep.
have them, see the players do some things, and then just also make sure none of them get freaking hurt.
And then I saw something about the, one, Wyatt getting into a fight during the Senior Bowl practice, which was phenomenal. I freaking love that he did it. Um, and then the corners back that's there from West Virginia has been lighting it up from what they've been saying.
Which cornerback is that?
I don't remember. W. Let's see. Blue and gold. Who's that there? So we have Wyatt, of course. There's some,
Let's see.
I
You're talking
thought we
about
had,
Senior Bowl in the the one in Alabama.
yeah, they said there was three, but I'm only seeing two.
Why want to get to fight? That's actually pretty epic.
Yeah, he blocked the crap. Um, I do want to just pivot from West Virginia real quick. Um, have you seen the kid that's from the D2 football program manhandling guys from Georgia and the SEC during this, during the Senior Bowl? Offensive lineman, and he is manhandling behemoths from the SEC with no problem.
Where's he from again?
A D2 school.
You love that. You love to hear that.
I'm like, yo, go right ahead. You kill it, bro. Like that's all you gotta do. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited. I've already renewed my season tickets. I'm already in the process of doing that. I'm gonna be adding an additional ticket um
Nice for
this
young
year
Luca.
for young Luca. Um, and well, because Andrew's gonna be at the brawl, so he gets to at least sit with us.
There you go.
'Cause I don't know, you're still in the air on if that'll occur, so we'll play
Yeah,
that.
well,
We'll
I mean,
play that with us.
I don't know what's the deal with Cyrus, what's going on. I think the key is like we just don't know where we're gonna stay. That's probably like the hardest part right now. So that's pretty much what it will be. Yeah, but we're not gonna be able to fit in your house. Cyrus is 6 feet tall. I'm wide. It's and I need to have a
Just
sleep machine, so it's gonna be tough.
we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We'll
We'll see what
figure.
happens.
We'll.
We'll see what Mr. Johnson says. We'll make it work and we'll figure it out from
Well,
there.
if you actually go, I'm gonna be the happiest little motherfucker in the world. Um, because you after the last game, I'm never going to a game again. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
even.
that was the worst feeling. Like, come on. If we had to go through, like, there's no way
If
I
Neil
could do
Brown
that
was still,
again. Yeah,
if Neil Brown was still the coach, I wouldn't be going. No,
yeah,
I would sell that ticket and then I would just go to the Colorado game. Like, no,
yeah.
I'm not subjugating myself to a Neil Brown game again.
We couldn't do it. That state of where we were in West Virginia football that season was so rough. It was the hardest ever.
And you know what? If we were still in school and we went and we watched that game we didn't go to the game, but we watched it or we went to the game. One, we probably would have gotten unbelievably drunk.
Yep.
Two, if we had gone to the game, probably end up being in jail.
Yep.
Three,
Thank
figure out
God
how to
I'm
get.
older.
Yeah, three, thank God we are not that stupid, and we all basically stopped consuming alcohol when we walked into that stadium.
Yes, I didn't have a single drop of alcohol.
I think,
I think I honestly no, I didn't.
I think Andrew and I grabbed a beer when we went in,
Yes.
and that was it. And then after that, I just had water. I was like, I don't, because
Yeah, because you needed water.
oh, I did. I was dying.
You were screaming
Oh, I
at
was
the top of your
pissed.
lungs.
I
Well, so
was,
was I.
you know, I've seen the video,
Yo, it's wild.
and they were doing something good during that play.
Oh my God. Like that was a time to be alive. Like there's
Uh,
so much to unravel. Like
unpacking that one.
thank God I deleted most of it. I did happen to see that there's still some clips
Oh
that
my
were on
God.
my phone that I just figured, maybe at one point this will be good like content material. But
Just to laugh at later.
yeah, that maybe Andrew, if when he wants to, if whenever he has time, he can like make a random reel of it.
God.
But what a time.
Oh, I know. And then I just remember barely making it through security and just dying when we
Oh
got
yeah.
to. That was horrible.
Oh
But made it back. We're fine.
yes, you did make it. Me and Cyrus made it back fine. I didn't fall asleep the
That was a
entire ride.
shocker. That was the biggest shocker was you didn't
Didn't fall
fall
asleep
asleep.
at all. That is crazy. Shout out to the CPAP machine fucking working. I'm a hell of an advocate for all my listeners, the 5 listeners that we have. I am a huge advocate of a CPAP machine. If you're not sure if you need a machine, go get tested because it works. Oh, he's
Excuse me.
coughing.
Oh, dude, I've been coughing forever. I have a 14-month-old child. It's what happens nowadays. All you do is cough and try not to die.
Oh, I bet.
I love them
Totally
to death.
understand.
But so that's all that I had for this week, guys.
All right.
Next week I can't do Friday because it is the wifey's birthday.
Okay.
So,
I don't think I don't think any of us can do Friday.
okay.
I mean, if anything here, I'll let you know right now since we're on the pod. I am available. Are you available next Thursday or are you in your basketball league?
Hold on. I have to just see when my games are.
Yeah.
Let me log in.
Oh,
Actually,
speaking of, somebody just wrote back to like the post. Who was it? Oh, shout out to Mark. So glad to see the both of you back. It's no
uh,
fun without both. Oh, sorry, Mark. Thanks, man.
thanks, Mark.
Yes. Crushing.
Come on. What the frick? Why
Uh-oh.
is this not?
While you're freaking out, what's the record of the basketball team?
Uh, 5-3,
Okay.
5-3, 5-4, something like that.
Love
Yeah.
that.
I've had a very bad shooting slump though lately.
Uh-oh. How many
Yeah.
points are we scoring?
I'm still getting my double double or triple double,
Look at you.
but it's just hasn't been hasn't been good as of late, shooting wise, which I don't know why. I haven't changed anything,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is, I guess. Let me see.
What's the record though?
No, hold on. You stop yelling at me.
Well, I just simply want to know the record of what you guys are doing. That's all. I just want to know the
We're,
record.
let me see. We They lost that one. We won that one. We won. Yeah, we're 5-3.
Hey, that's good though.
Yeah, I just hate losing, so it makes it even worse.
Now I get it because I remember the last time I was in a basketball league a couple years ago. I hated so I had to drive like 40 minutes to where our league was,
Yeah,
and it was a co-ed league, and like to lose, it's like it sucks a lot. You
my
drive all
team.
that way, get your ass kicked. The drive back is the worst.
Thankfully, my league is only like I don't know, drive 10 minutes from my house.
Oh, bless
Um,
up.
but so I play Sunday is my next game, and my team's not gonna be happy because I won't be there Friday because wife's birthday. So,
Ooh.
so
Now, here's an interesting thing. Now, are you like able to like say someone um say so like you need a replacement? Can they bring somebody on the team for like a game,
mhm.
like as a sub?
Yeah, yeah. So I can go play in any team if they need anybody.
Nice.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. But we have looks like only 5 games this month, and I had 6 last month, 7 last month. So, but we get 20 to 25 games. You know,
Okay.
it's not bad at all. So,
Wait, you said 20 to 25 games?
mhm.
Wow, that's
The
like
f-
a real season.
yeah, it's a real like
Shit.
legit season.
Yeah.
We just
Because
have to put.
normally, like most leagues that I've ever been, it's like 8 weeks and you get like a game like a week. One game a week.
No, we've got this week, upcoming week we have two. The following week we have two. And then we have one, and then they don't have anything after that because school vacation week pops up for New Hampshire then.
Okay.
So I think we'll have more of our schedule popping up shortly. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I'm happy I've decided to join.
Now, is your league in like a where is it at like a high school or like a kids
S-
gym, like a elementary
So
school?
we have two different leagues. So you have the A League and a B League. I play in the B League.
So what's the
Um,
difference?
A is more competitive, but really it's
Okay.
not much of a difference. There's a lot of players in B that should play in A, like
Okay.
myself and like 10 or 12 other people that I know should be in A.
Okay.
But B is more, we're here to have fun. We all
Yeah.
go out to have a beer afterwards, relax, shoot the
Nice.
shit. I talk so much crap during a game.
I fully believe it.
I'm the biggest a-hole on the court.
Up,
Um,
not surprised.
no, not at all. I wouldn't be either if I didn't know myself. But so, but we play. The A League usually plays on the high school court,
Okay.
so it's the biggest court that they have.
Mm-hmm.
B will go play typically on the middle school size courts, so they
Okay.
have
72 by
two.
50, solid.
Yeah, so it's good enough where you're getting a good run in.
Yeah.
Our last game, which we got blown out in, we actually played on the high school court, and at one point I looked and it was the first half. I'm going, I need a break. I started the game and I took a break at the 9 minute mark. And within 3 minutes, the other team scored a buttload of points. I was like, I guess I'm going back in, huh?
Nice.
I went
Nice.
back in and I only sat when we had a 2 minute halftime and I played the rest of the game.
Hell yeah. Look at you getting your
I,
cardio in.
dude, I was dead. Afterwards, it's just
God.
like, oh, uh-huh. This is not what I want to do right now.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
But
I miss that feeling.
it's awesome. So I'll keep doing it for sure as I get older. It's just a good way to stay in shape, have some fun.
Yeah.
So
There you go. Look at you.
yeah,
Balling and balling.
trying here, trying, dude. Well, Kev, it is 8:45. I know we're
Yes.
both going to wake up early as all hell
Yeah, I gotta be
tomorrow.
up early because I need to like try and run. I'm trying to start running again. It's a fucking struggle. So what we're gonna try tomorrow since it's not super cold, and I want to try and get it in before I go to yoga. So
I would go running
fingers
tomorrow,
crossed.
but it's snowing tonight, so
Love
I will
that.
not be going running. So I'll either, depending on how much snow we get, I'll go just walk on the treadmill in the basement,
There you
or
go.
I'll go to the gym and do a full lift. We'll
Look at
see.
you. Full lifts. I love it.
We'll see how it goes.
Fun
But
times.
Kevin, get us the hell out of here so we
My
go to bed.
gosh. So it's funny. I listened to you do the outro, the last episode that
Oh,
like has finally released, and I was like, damn, he missed like everything.
I did. I knew I was going
Yeah.
to. I admit
Yeah.
that.
It's all right. We'll work on it. And next
Oh,
time I'll just type it out as like a text format that you can just like literally read from like a prompt.
perfect.
But
That's
here we
exactly what I
go.
need.
Outro time. For those of you that are listening to us, feel free to continue listening to us on all streaming platforms. We are on the Spotify's, we're on the Apple Podcasts, and I believe it is Amazon Play, not Google Play. Feel free to watch us on the YouTube page. When Andrew gets us out on the YouTube page, he gets us out on the visual one. Oh, shout out to that sound right there. That's not
Ah,
copyrighted. But yes, feel free to follow us at the YouTube page at the Manly Musings Podcast. Feel free to look at the social medias, but they've been boring as of late because, as Merritt has been saying, life has been lifing. I have a part-time gym where I work is the gym that I go to. If you follow my stories, you know where I go to. So I have a part-time job there now, rocking out, and yeah, that's where the delay in the content has been coming. So I apologize because I just take content over there too. So my phone is just full of content. So, but again, follow the Instagrams, Merritt at Merritt underscore P, me at KQuavis624. He forgot that in the outro last week or a couple weeks ago. So just make sure you got my Instagram. Follow the podcast Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod.
I
Follow
didn't
the
forget that one.
TikTok. Yes, you did not forget that one. Follow the TikTok that is also the Manly Musings Pod since TikTok still exists
For
instead of
now.
being banned for now. Hopefully I'm going to try and get some things up there eventually. Maybe you'll find a Filipino Starbucksers coming soon because that hasn't came back. Because Jay and Josh have been doing some fun things. Josh, he's got his food truck. Right now they're getting a small little break because to take a break for rest and recovery. Jay been doing things for his job. He did travel to DC for the inaugurations. So shout out to him. But yeah, guys, we miss y'all. I know Merritt is working on getting some guests. We're gonna try and get on here more, at least, more than once a month because, uh, Merritt's got his office back. He's fully in his new home in New Hampshire. I'm still in my home in Jersey, and then we'll make it happen. We'll find out if I'm eventually going to go to Morgantown. You'll probably see us hang out when they come for me doing High Rocks, and yeah, that's what I got. Let's take it home. Peace, y'all.
Peace.